TIs, good good morning, TIs. It's Annie Caspar. It is 9:22 a.m. on 2/7/17. Happy birthday, Mama. I'm with you today completely. And I have to say that another thank you for instilling in me values, eternal values, good, strong, solid, beautiful values, and for me helping make me the human I am today. Thank you, Mama. And I invite everyone to say thank you to my mom too, because if it wasn't for her, I'm sure. Well, actually, I probably wouldn't be in this position at all, but it's okay. It's okay. I just wanted to talk very briefly today because my last videos have been too long, and that's because they're really hitting me hard, and I'm gonna have to get out of Florida, kids, because this is a rogue state without question, and pretty much you'll see that wherever the Bushes have been, and I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, Republican or Democrat, but New World Orderists, yeah, wherever they've been, there's just pain and suffering and illegality and criminality like unheard of, and that's just the way it is, wherever they are in the world. So it's not just Florida. But yeah, they're really targeting me pretty hard. You can tell because my immune system's starting to react. I'm swelling up even more. Guys, I eat like vegetables, eggs, avocados, lemon water, green tea, coffee only in the morning. Yeah, this is all targeting EMF exposure. And I have begun to really, in my timeline, because I'm putting something together for Nina, late, but better late than never, love. Um, I've begun to really see, and it's particularly after talking with about 20 TIs, maybe more this past several weeks. And I am going to extend the UN filing out one more week. And the reason for that is it's actually an astrological thing in my chart. I know it's like really, right? But I'm telling you, I've been studying it since I was 13, and this astrology I'm looking at right now, which is called Magi, Magi, is very spot on. So it makes better sense to postpone it one more week, and then we probably will have our 30 by then. I can't think we won't unless we get further subverted by people who actually are not working for the benefit of the class or one TI, except maybe themselves. Sorry, I don't mean to be harsh, but I'm done with being subverted. Okay, so what I want to talk about is what's called reclamation of the class. I know we have all gone through hell, and I haven't begun to share with you the hell I've gone through. I mean, the flyby, the dumping of massive bioweapons on me for 6 years, the inability to get medical care for heart attacks, for poisoning, I just, yeah. So we've all been tortured. There's no question. And of course, I was a very successful person in a trillion ways, no matter what was put in front of me. And I'm beginning to think that mine started in like 89 and maybe even earlier. There's something about me, and it may go back to my grandfather being one of the earliest physicists in Poland and one of the founding members of CERN. And on my mom's side, we go back to Charlemagne, and there's some other unusual things about my mom's side as well. But anyway, back to this. So we've all been through torture. There's no question. And we've all acted out. There's no question. No one can go through torture 24/7 a day and not act out in some way. Blissfully, the majority of us have not acted out in a severely damaging way to ourselves or to our community. Blissfully. And that means the program's failing. Because the purpose of the programs, as you know, other than the medical experimentation, non-consensual human medical experimentation, which is bogus anyway, because the numbers are being run by psychopaths, and then that's just, I like the word sociopaths better. Psychopaths implies a real level of criminality, which is true with them, but back to this. Of course, acting out is like, it's almost impossible, but I urge you right now, today, starting right now, no matter what pain or suffering, no matter what torture, no matter what organized stalking, no matter how many planes are flying over, no matter how many people drive by with mufflers from 1961 that make enough noise to vibrate the house 12 times a day, no matter how much poison is put in front of you, no matter how many people infiltrate your life, to destroy your life, to destroy your career, to destroy your physical possessions, to steal them, to malign you, defame you, slander you, libel you, no matter, because this is what I've gone through, and even longer, to become like water, my friend, as Bruce Lee says. So that means you let it all just move around you, and you move around it. And you, if you need to, there's free videos on YouTube now to learn how to do Tai Chi or Qigong or other exercises, particularly the Chinese had this down, to bring you back to center and to release all of this energy that is not yours, that's being perpetrated upon you as a worldwide social experiment. And kids, we are really kids, guys, fellows. What do I call you? I gotta figure it. Friends. Make no mistake, we're the heroes here. We are the canaries in the coal mine for a program that and I'm using terminology now I shouldn't, but a group of individuals with an enormous amount of power and of deep sociopathology have put together for a very long time. And they plan, of course, on using this for everyone, everything. They plan a lot of things. They plan to replace source is basically what they plan. So it's not just us humans, it's nature, it's animals, it's all of the innocence of what was once eaten. So, and I'm speaking metaphorically here, so please straighten up and fly right, because today, and I have to meditate to do this, I don't do this unless I'm very centered. Today, and that's why they attacked so hard this past week particularly, I'm approaching one of the top lawyers in the world. And this is a person who has the cojones to stand up to this. Will it work? I have no idea. I was very surprised with my last approach to that class counsel, and I was actually a little upset because I'd already thrown them about $10 million worth of business. It would have been gracious for them to actually just review the situation well, speak directly with one of the potential named plaintiffs, and do their due diligence. So I don't know, guys. I don't know how far these systems really have gotten. I hear stories that they can invade people instantly and turn their mind around, make them act out. I know what they've been doing to me lately and have intermittently over 6 years has made me act against my best interests too many times. So I get that we are in a very vulnerable position, but I also know there are more people like myself and others like you who have been able to stand within the system and reject it when it was out of integrity, when it became illegal, when it became criminal, when it became unnatural, when it stood in contradistinction to natural and other laws. So I suspect we'll find lawyers like that. But I just want you to rehabilitate right now. I want you to not send anything out willy-nilly. I don't want any emoting from this moment on, if possible. I know it's a biggie, but really, please, okay? And I want you to study Tai Chi, to study Qigong. I want you to do whatever is necessary for you to relax in the moment and act in a very disciplined, calm, objective, cool and centered way, okay? And everything, Facebook, also social media, in your community, with written things particularly, everywhere. Because when I go to this class counsel, I have to bring things and people who have shown exceptional discipline, fortitude, strength, and honor in the face of unmitigated torture, in my case, for decades. And as I know for some of you, it has been lifetimes. And we need that, because I don't want them suddenly doing research and they see, which of course we know half is infiltrators because that's part of the program. That's to protect the program. I don't want them to go and do research and see just a wild bunch out there that they get afraid they can't actually work with, and they can't rehabilitate for witness purposes, because for a lot of folks there's not enough evidence, so they have to go by your character and your word and commonality of claims, which we have. So please, let's give them a gift, okay? A really great gift of being exceptional in the face of horrific crimes against humanity. I'm working on your letters. Please forgive me for not getting back to you. They've been hitting me so hard, guys. When they hit me like this, I'm a vegetable. I can barely do anything. I did get my laundry done. I didn't get my house cleaned. And I have a kind of small, sweet, sweet home. So it shouldn't have been an issue, but I'm going to work on that today. But I'm also, since I'm extending the deadline to the 17th, yeah, the 17th, the latest, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, no extension beyond that, the 17th of February for the UN letter. And if we get class counsel before then, they may say, no, don't do it, because they may want to try to settle this internally without creating an international scandal, which was my purpose. Because I'm done. I mean, I'm done. I'm so done. I was living in bliss on the ocean, the healthiest that I could be, given I had already been electromagnetically frequencied for, let's see, 2008, 10 years, 11 years, had my disability stolen, had beaux, fiancés stolen, estranged, had neighbors, had already in 2008 very unusual things, like an employer meeting me for the first time saying to my face, I'll do anything. Really? And where did she move after this? After she finally left the organization, she was made to infiltrate. She moved to San Diego, a known hotspot for these crazies. But anyway, back to this. So I was living in bliss, absolute bliss, and they came after me like demons from hell, because I wrote a book called Pelicans, Coconuts, and Butterflies that very carefully researched and detailed their genocidal programs to date. And although I didn't come out and say, yeah, the planes, although I didn't come out and say much of what I know now, it was all between the lines. And they're going to pay for interrupting what was an incredible life and destroying it from therein. And they need to pay with you too. So button up, fly right, Qigong, Tai Chi, because if you can't afford it, just look at the videos and do the exercise. Even if you're in excruciating pain, please, please, please. And everyone who's called, who's being added to the UN letter, thank you so much. We're creating a really beautiful class. And I once again invite the folks that signed off on that letter from Romola, Catherine Horton, Karen, to join us in this as well, because there's a lot of fabulous people there. And even though they're attached to a letter that I personally find inflammatory, but that's me. I do things very centered, professional, nothing I can't prove in writing. They're fantastic folks, of course, who are are seeing a horror and are doing their best to mitigate it. And I appreciate you so for that. But come over here with us too and work on it in a very tight, beautiful, legal way. Again, I can be reached at Annie, A-N-I, Kaspar, K-A-S-P-A-R, @gmail.com, or at 941-356-8007. If I don't get back to you right away, I know I'm extending this from 3 hours to now it's like days, because they're hitting me so hard. I apologize. Please know I will. I never don't get back to a person. And if I don't have your letter, guys, you cannot imagine. I clock it. It's like 40 noise events almost every day, especially when I have to do something serious. It's like ridiculous. If I don't get back to you I will, I promise. And if I haven't gotten your letter in and we have conversed either via Skype, email, or on the phone about your UN letter, you will know by the end of each week. Because at the end of each week, I go through everything very carefully and I pull everything together from that week, no matter what's happening, okay? Hopefully, they dumped stuff on me in the past several days. And I know because I've been bioweapons dumped on me so much, I know exactly what they are. And people say, oh, they're just doing this in your mind. No, they're not. I see. Okay, unless it's like, to complete dimensional shift, which it is in my world, because that's what they do. And I notice that when I first go to a new area, that's not being done. It starts within 2 weeks of me being there. This is now 4 states, 2 countries. Much love. AnnieCaspar@gmail.com, 941-356-8007. And you guys who sent over monies for the mailing, thank you. Let's keep that going. I haven't set up the new GoFundMe account. Why? Because of course, the monies were taken out, sent to an old account I haven't used for a year that was supposed to be closed. Now it's reopened. So that money, by the way, is up in Ithaca, New York, of course. And I have to send them, which means I have to go to somewhere around here with no car to get them like a certified letter to get the monies released. Guys, I am targeted 24/7 in every single way possible to create an alternative timeline that would never have been my life. So thank you for sending monies. I'm trying to set up the GoFundMe account, but I haven't been able to because of this other stuff that's going on. A separate GoFundMe account, which I think it's going to be called Humanity Rising or something, or Targeted Rising, or I have to figure this out, how to say this. Something Rising. But please know that I keep very strict records that are backed by receipts. So every single penny that you send will be accounted for, and I am not using it for my personal well-being, although I do need superfoods kits because look what they do to me. Too long again. Sorry. Thank you. Have a beautiful day, or create one.